Yeah. Of the four finalists or the conference finalists, and these are three of the same four teams that we saw last year, who's under the most pressure to win the cup this year? And I imagine Florida's not under as much pressure. So maybe it's just the Dallas, Carolina, or Edmonton.
I think it's Edmonton. I mean, a lot of it comes with playing in the Canadian market. You have arguably two of the top three or five, whatever you want to call them, best players in the world. And they've been a team that was right there. So I definitely think they have the most pressure for sure.
Yeah, I would agree, especially because I feel like the Oilers got very lucky in round one, where the Kings basically imploded around them. And, they kind of got lucky the year prior where, Vancouver had their third string goaltender in net, and yet it still went 7 games. So, it's so hard to make it back to the Stanley Cup final. It requires a tremendous amount of skill, but also some luck. And if I'm the Oilers, I have to say to myself, like, okay, like we can't assume we're going to have luck forever in the playoffs. Having said that, Dallas and Carolina are two teams that have been around the periphery of a championship for years now and have yet to actually grab one.
I was going to say, if I'm Eric Tulsky, the GM in Carolina, I'm feeling a ton of pressure because I traded Marty Necas for Mikko Rantanen, then I had to trade him for Logan Stankoven, and as Ryan just mentioned, it's a team that hasn't been able to get over that conference final hump and get even into the dance. So, to play devil's advocate, I would say Carolina's under a ton of pressure, especially for a guy who, is probably looking back at that trade going, oh, I blew another one here.
Yeah. So. If you look at that trade too, they'd been missing that big power forward for so long that was going to be able to get them over the hump. So Marty Necas is a very high-end skilled player, but he's definitely not the player that Mikko Rantanen is. So when they first made that move, I was like, Carolina's finally making the move to get them over the hump. And now, for a lot of reasons that we don't need to go into, it just didn't work out at all there. So then he's in a tough spot again. But yeah, he's got to be. I mean, he makes a great trade at the start, and then it obviously is backfired.